Hello everyone, GalacticStorm here. Welcome to the show, and today we're going to be reviewing the T29 Tier 7 American Heavy Tank. This tank, well, it was an experimental tank started in 1944, construction trials went into 1947, and eventually no mass production of the tank was made. But it had a really good 120mm gun, and sadly it hasn't went into combat. But this is the first American, well, it's my first Tier 7 tank that I've gotten so far. Well, besides the Yak Panther, I've gotten the T29 first. Now, here we go, we're at the charts. It has 100, or actually has 1150 hit points, 720 horsepower, 35 kilometers per hour, 20 degrees per second. Hull armor's not really good. It's 102 millimeters, 75, 51. The turret armor is pretty good though. It's 279, 77, 101. Shell damage is 86, 144. Penetration 96, 160, which isn't bad. Rate of fire is 14 or 16 rounds per minute. Traverse is pretty good for the turret, 26 degrees per second. Range and signal view, or view and signal range, it's 330, 395, which is pretty nice. This tank, I don't think the gun on this is pretty good. It's good for tier 7, but not for like the higher tiers, like tier 8 or 9. As you can see right there, the 76mm, not really good. Damage wise too, it's below average. But when you get to the higher gun, the 90mm, that's when you can kick some tier 7 and kick tier 8 ass. You get bigger horsepower with it, with the engine. And the turret armor is pretty good too. One's 278, it looks like 279. I don't think it's the same though. Then this is what you'll pretty much get. It's pretty much the same configurations as the first package, but instead you get the 90mm gun. And this is what everyone's been drooling for, the 105mm, 198, 320 when it comes to damage, 198 when it comes to the penetration. This thing can kick ass. So what's the pros and cons on this thing? The obvious thing is, for the pros, very thick turret. It has a really good 105mm gun. It has great view range, and it's really good with side scraping. I've had a lot of bounces with this thing. But the cons on this thing, the hull will not take any high penetration shots. This includes from tier 6 up. It has a large shellette on all angles, which makes this thing very exposed. It has really expensive ammo when it comes to the 105mm though. So yeah, sadly. But this tank it's hard to use at first, but then when you get to the later packages, this gun is pretty good, or this tank's pretty good. But let me show you some gameplay on this thing, and let's kick some ass. Himmelsdorf, the night version. You've probably seen me play this map a whole lot of times now. But with the T29, I'm going to be using the 120mm gun. This gun is very pricey. Even though it has really good penetration and really good firepower, this thing, well, it's very expensive when it comes to the rounds. It's 1,000 rounds per shot. There's a few Comets, Tigers, VK, T29s. It's mainly a tier 7 game. Now, instead of having like the regular repair kit that I have the automatic repair kit. It costs 50 gold, and I'm already spotted. There's the T29. There's another light tank down there. I tried to move on to the left, and I bounced a shot. Surprisingly, I thought I would get shot there. But with this repair kit that I have, if I click onto it, or if I lock onto it, if there's many things damaged, it will repair them at once, which is that's really good. But the bad thing is it costs 50 gold, and that's I prefer using the repair kit instead of using all of that, because you're literally wasting real life money just for something that's worth 50. There's the comet right there. Take a nice look. I tried to take a shot at it, but I think I bounced it, which is very rare. But I tried to go there. There's the Jackson right there. Tier 6 tank destroyer. I tried to move back. Tried to go onto the side here. And then little did I realize that there's another tank there. There's a T29. Looks like it has the. It looks fairly stocked up. It looks like it has the 90mm. The 90mm is. Oh, there's the M4. M4 gets a whole crap of health removed, and it decides and wisely moves away from the battlefield, from the side there, and into the buildings. And yeah, the 90mm on this thing, on the T29, is the same gun that you'll have on the M6 or on the T20. And there's the loot, and I tried to take a shot at it, but it didn't work. And then I realized there's a medium tank, there's a tank destroyer, there's a T25T, there's a VK, and there's an IS right there. And they're pounding the other side there really badly, so I'm gonna go in here, and this is this is a death wish when you go into the middle of the map right here, because you have no idea whose tanks are gonna be there, just to kick some candy ass there. And then there's the Hellcat with its very fast mobility, and it's a really good gun, but it's AFK by the looks of it. Oh well, night night, you little pussy. Oh, that was a little bit longer than expected, but yeah, first kill, AFK driver, yay. Okay, so who's next on my AFK list? Oh, there's a Wolverine, tries to run back, and it wouldn't worth it. These are really expensive shots I'm taking. It's 1,000 silver per shot. So here I go, going right behind the three, and then I'm gonna give them a complimentary dinner at the Candy Ass Cafe. Oh, there's the IS. Took a nice shot at the ass. It starts running. Everyone starts running just to see me. They didn't want to see me in the first place. IS starts to run, but that BK and that T25 AT decided to say, hey, let's gang up on him and try to go to the side. That really didn't happen. I turned around quick enough, and there they go. Tried to go after them. Shot the T25 AT. There goes the M8. I'm gonna have I'm still reloading. He's out here before I'm done reloading. So T25 AT got finished off, and then there's the VK. Finished it off for my second kill. Really didn't do as much damage. And then there's the IS with very low health, and I give it a little slap to the Smackdown Hotel. 3 kills so far, and right down there, where previously where I met the Jackson at, where the wall's at the start, he's gonna be going in there he's gonna be knee deep in shit. There he goes. There's a T25. There's the MAA1. And then there's the M4. I tried to take a shot at it, but it bounced for some odd reason. It hit his turret, or his gun. And there's the Jackson moving away, telling it to move back, and try to go in there. But I tried to aim in at him, but well, it didn't really work as much. Tank destroyers aren't really good for like frontline assaults. Just to warn you. And probably this guy hasn't learned it yet. Oh well, tier 6. And then there's that T29 that I met first, and shot him on the side there. Try to move up, and then I try to move on to the side here, and I hit his side, which is really weak in armor. And then there goes the T29. 3 kills, or actually 4 kills right now. And then I realized there's 2 tanks there. 2 tanks that are left. There's a Tiger and I think an AT7. I think. I'm not entirely sure. I think it was an AT7. So I tried to go back, and I tried to figure out if they're going to be coming back here in the base, or they're trying to come back at the where we're at, and trying to defend their base. And Oh, there's one of them. There's the Tiger, Tier 7 tank destroyer, really well known, especially in World War II. I tried to, well, I really wasn't smart when I came up to facing up with the Tiger. He was doing it really smart. He was trying to pop in and out. He was really good with it. But eventually, I gave him enough time just to stall him, and we pretty much took the base capture. Got it for the win. So 4 kills. He tries to pop in, but I was too late. Victory, base captured. And now we're at the loading screen, trying to figure out what my results were. And yeah, there we go. There we go. 15,000 silver, dealing damage, which is an operation. You get 1.5 experience multiplied, and the 15,000. There was supposed to be a lot more silver with it, but that's from those shells. And 2,666 experience. And did the Hellcat, did the M4. I spotted a lot of the tanks, surprisingly, but I did more damage than the detection damage. The IS, the BK, the T29, and a whole bunch. I did no receiving or no spotting damage, but I did about 2,000. About 2,000 damage. My ammo, it was 12,000. I did 12 shots. It's 1,000 silver per shot. So yeah, and let's review this. Well, we're not gonna. We have to watch down here. And took 7 shots. Or not. 7 enemies detected. I mean, there's Tiger. He did just as good as I did, and it was an AT7. So let's review the tank overall. So yeah, the T29. T29. Well, like I said, it was my first tier 7, and I'm really happy it was, because I fought it before. It had really good turret armor, a really good set of guns at first, and then I figured it out lately on how powerful they were. And yeah, I got a top gun with this like recently, and it was pretty cool just to see it roll. So what do I think about this tank when it comes to the ranking? Well, out of 10, I would have to say a 9 out of 10. This thing can lead assaults and can be really be used in tight defensive positions. With this tank, you do have to keep only the turret in view when you're aiming at your enemies. The only thing that you have to worry about is when they're aiming at the top of the turret with the hatch. The tank would shine when you get even with the 90mm gun, because the 120mm, it may be a really good when it comes to like penetration and damage wise, especially against the higher tiers. You can do the same with the 90mm, just with less damage and a little bit less of penetration. But with the 120mm, you're going to be getting, well, you're not going to be earning as much silver. But this is a very popular tank at tier 7. You'll see this more often than you would with Tigers. That's what I think, though, but that's just my personal opinion. So yeah, and that's what I think about the T29 tier 7 American heavy tank. So vote, rate, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I do have a Facebook page down below. And yeah, and I'm going to be getting an Xbox One pretty soon. All I gotta do is just order one, and I'll be getting a video up for it, and just to show it off for you guys. So yeah, this is GalacticStorm, and I say, keep charging, my bitches.